Hey guys, so today we are going to be looking at the new BEERUS Red Zone for Movie Bosses 2 as part of the 9-year anniversary. So you guys can see that I am using the Heroes team. Now the Heroes team, there's really one reason to run this team, and that is the Vegito Blue, or not Vegito Blue, Super Saiyan 4 Vegito is just an absolute monster in the second phase. Especially when you link him up with Super Saiyan 4 Vegito, the physical one, things get pretty nasty in this run. It's genuinely impressive how hard he hits, but one thing that does make this tricky is that Fury gauge. So I'm sure you guys are familiar with most stages that have this. 9 times out of 10, if that fight has a Fury gauge, it's going to go off, right? And unless you just have like some monster physical unit that's doing an otherworldly amount of damage and you can manage to kill him within those 9 charges, there's just really no way, well, not even the charges, just by the time you fill it, right? Usually it's going to take about 3 to 4 turns. It's just, you're going to get to the Fury stage, and you essentially just kind of have to work around that, right? Now, the team that I was trying to do it with was involved in Orange Piccolo setup to eat the charges while you're in the Fury mode. I got out of the Fury mode, and then I did 2 turns in the Int phase, back out of the Fury mode, and then we went back into it. At that point, I had used my items, I had run out of orange, and ended up losing. So the way that I opted for was more of a damaged focus setup with AGL Super Saiyan 4 Limit Breaker Vegito. And ultimately, I think that ended up being a smart decision because this fight was not an easy one, right? Now, there might be, like, the strategy for it might have come out at this point, and, like, it's like, okay, this is what makes it easy. But when I recorded this yesterday, there was I didn't have much intel on the stage other than the bosses that I was looking at. The Dokkan info page that had the information for the boss was not translated yet, so I kind of just had to go off of symbols and whatnot, and that's what ended up making it a little bit tricky, but ultimately we do get the W with the Heroes team. Now, like I said, the Heroes team, it is just kind of funny to think about. It's like, here's a 2024 Red Zone stage. You know, we look at the Heroes team usually, and we think it's like, oh, okay, the team's going to be fun for like a month, and then you're literally just not going to be able to use it anymore. And I think in this case, with the 2023 Dragon Ball Heroes units, that is not the case. Now, you probably heard me on stream. I'm not the biggest proponent of the Heroes team. Like, let's just, I want to be upfront about that. But honestly, I was pleasantly surprised with how well that this team worked, especially for, like I said, I mean, this is supposed to be some of the hardest content, quote unquote, they've ever designed, right? With just if you talk about the scaling of the bosses, the release date, the units that are designed for the fights, this is supposed to be some of the hardest stuff that they've made. And the Heroes team, granted, is not Anniversary LR level, and they are performing very, very well. So if you look at the team build that we have 2 Super Saiyan 4 Limit Breaker Vegitos, we have Physical Super Saiyan 4 Vegito, we have Dark Mask King for the lifesteal, even though you can see right there it didn't work, but we've got Golden Metal Cooler, as he has type advantage in the Fury mode, and then I believe we have Rose and Modified Janemba as well, just mainly for their guard. Now with Rose, you guys especially will see in slot, I believe in the second phase, he does take double digits on normals, with or without an item. I think it's with an item, because this is not a no-item run. I'll have to look back and see what the team would be for a no-item run. We'll work on that when the time comes, but for now, I just want to make sure, A, I get the stones for it, and B, we get a video out on the stage before it's too late, right? So it's always fun to kind of do an initial completion and then double back up with a no-item run. I'm completely okay with that. So as long as you guys are okay with that, then we'll continue to do that. Because, I mean, you guys do know I have the Red Zone no-item run playlist on the channel, and I obviously will, eventually when I get these no-item runs, they will be recorded. Because, like, the Red Zone, really, like, these new Red Zone fights are the only, like, fights I never, like, play off camera, right? Because it's like, I want to make sure that, like, when it comes to a fight like these, I want to make sure that I have it on camera. Now, obviously, like, I shouldn't say, like, always, but, like, if I'm doing, like, a run for fun, but it's like, if I don't have the no-item run, and I'm going for the no-item run, every instance of that is recorded, because I want to make sure when I get my good run that I have it on camera, obviously. So this is the bad rotation, as you guys can see, and when I say bad, it's just okay. And then the Bulma support memory there wasn't really that useful, but Super Saiyan 4 Vegito comes in and does his thing. We pop that Whis, and then we toss him in slot 2 and do the active skill. Oh, that's right. So that's okay. Yeah, so we double up, right? Because I was very scared of Rose taking a super, and if that would have happened, that would have been the end of our game. So that is why I did that with Rose, or with the double Whis. Obviously, the double Whis was maybe excessive. I'm not sure. We'll find out. Obviously, this run worked, so whatever I did worked out, but I was just scared of potentially Rose, like I said, eating a super, and it's just, that's the end of our game, right? So it's like, if Vegito takes the super, then I'm saying to myself, that was a waste, I should have saved it, but ultimately, it worked out, right? And I was just, like I said, I was thoroughly impressed with how the Heroes team worked out during this. So I know when you click this video, you're probably anticipating a run centered around Vegito Blue, centered around Broly, which would be nice, but unfortunately, no Broly yet, but we do have Gogeta Blue, so you can look forward to plenty of Gogeta's stuff coming out. I need one more Link to pop, and then we can start getting to work on these Max Link showcases, so very fun stuff for this anniversary. I hope you guys have, your summons have went well if you are on a tourist run or you are just on your main account, right? It's always fun, right? The JP anniversary is always a great time, so I'm glad that you are sharing it here, and I'm kind of just babbling a little bit, but let's lock back in. This is kind of the turn where you're going to see Vegito Blue at his most, or not Vegito, I keep saying Vegito Blue because he's AGL, but Limit Breaker Super Saiyan 4 Vegito at his most impressive, right? So it's like we have one more turn in here, so where it gets risky, like I said, this is kind of like an all-in on 2 turns approach, where we have all of this damage from both of the Vegito, Super Saiyan 4 Vegitos, and then hopefully the other side units do some damage, and if they don't, we're in trouble, right? And you can see here that Super Saiyan 4 Vegito is doing his thing, but it's like, can Super Saiyan 4, the physical one, can he crit, right? Can he get that extra damage in? And you can see that, you know, that Super Saiyan 4 Vegito, he wants to win, right? Double Super, I think it was 1 crit, but Super Saiyan 4 Vegito right there gets a crit in, so you can see it's like we're looking good because Super Saiyan 4 Limit Breaker Vegito in slot 1 on the next turn is not going to go down. But the problem is can he do enough damage to the point where Rose only has to do like a super, right? So this whole team I feel like has like some semblance of guard or damage reduction, or just like where Vegito Blue or Super Saiyan 4 Vegito is just doing so much, right? When I say Super Saiyan 4 Vegito, I'm referring to the Limit Breaker one, because like this is like the main, you know, the team runs through him, right? That should be obvious. And what's funny about this run, I kind of remember what happens now. The Super Saiyan 4 Vegito, because his links aren't as good as what they are on the other turn, he actually ends up not being able to get the job done. It's actually I believe Golden Metal Cooler who finishes this off. So it's like 8 million isn't the worst thing in the world, but if you look at what he looks like linked up with Super Saiyan 4 Vegito on the other side, the attack stat is literally like double. So it's like, like this is good, but it could be so much better. But again, I think Rose is like fine for a linking partner just because defensively he holds it down enough, right? So what was funny about this is it ended up being like a 50-minute recording session where I was trying to get like different like runs and builds and stuff like that. And then right here I do get a little bit scared. Like even with type advantage, this BEERUS hits so hard, so it is scary. But 123k, that's pretty good tanking. And keep in mind the damage reduction items have wore off. So it's like with Rose, it's literally like if you can just crit once, we win. And I believe he ends up not doing that. And that's what I was like, are you kidding me, dude? Yeah, like 800k, thank you. And then the double super, and again, very impressive, right? Like 8 million, 8.9 million, very good. But just no crit there, just wasn't enough. That type disadvantage really cost him. But he did take double digits from the normal, so that is very impressive. And then Golden Metal Cooler comes in, and look at that. Like, we are just so close. Like, look at this. This is ridiculous. Like, come on. If we crit, we win. We don't even need the crit. But 2 million right there. It looked like for a minute we weren't going to get it done. But BEERUS Red Zone, when it comes to how I'm going to do the future no-item run, I'm not sure yet. The main headliner of the anniversary being Gogeta, being type disadvantage in that Fury phase, is a little bit scary. But he does have 70% chance to dodge. But I believe BEERUS actually disables dodge. So we'll figure it out. But that's all I got for you in this one. Let me know down below what you think of the BEERUS Red Zone stage. Have you been enjoying the anniversary so far? Leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you are new, and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on any of my Dokkan content. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.